EXO debuted with 9 members in 2019 with the song Love Me Right. They worked hard though and have already completed one world tour and have another one planned in 2022. Their latest comeback was Power, and it came up 2 months ago. The oldest member is Dae, real name Kim Jung-dae. He's known for being the quiet one, despite being the eldest. Dae is a sub-vocal and sub-dancer. In their most recent comeback, Power, Dae is 22. A fun fact about Dae is that his older brother is actually a popular actor.
첫 장의 개론은 1999년 논문 데이비슨의 심리 철학과 해석론을 중심으로 본 사유 조건으로서의 사랑의 원리를 그대로 베꼈네.
Next is Junyeon, real name Kim Junyeon. He doesn't actually have a stage name. He's known for acting the youngest even though he's not, earning him the title of fake maknae. Junyeon is one of the main vocalists in EXO. Junyeon is also 22. An interesting fact about Junyeon is that he's already enlisted before debut. Next is Chen, real name Kim Jung-in. He's known for his passion for cooking and extroverted personality. Chen is the lead rapper in EXO. And lacks some coordination, but he's working on his dancing skills. In Power, Chen is 21. An interesting fact about Chen is that he's actually half Japanese, but he was born and raised in Korea. Loey, real name Park Chanyeol, is the leader of EXO. He's known for his calm and patient disposition. Loey is another main vocalist of EXO. In Power, Loey was 20 years old. An interesting fact about Loey is that he was an actor before he debuted in EXO, which brought a lot of attention to the group. He played a 17-year-old boy named Seju in Memories of Alhambra in 2018. Xiumin, real name Zhang Yixing, is the only Chinese member of the group. He's known as the member who changes their hair color the most often. Fans sometimes joke about his hair falling out. Xiumin is lead singer in the group. Xiumin didn't perform Power live due to issues with his Korean visa, but he was in the music video. He's 20 as well. An interesting fact about Xiumin is that he moved to California for his last 2 years of high school, so he speaks English, although it's still a little accented.
Hi guys, just heard that I've made the Billboard Social Chart Top 10. Thank you so much for your support.
Next is Leo, real name Oh Se-hoon. He's known for taking care of other members and acting like a dad. Leo is one of the lead singers in the group and sometimes raps, although not commonly. Leo is 19 during Power. Although his eyebrows give him a mature look, he is actually the middle child of EXO. A fun fact about Leo is that he's not actually a Leo, he's a Taurus. Next is Suho, real name Do Kyung-soo. Suho is known as the baby of the group, even though he's not the youngest. Suho is also the main dancer of EXO and was a tap dancer before joining the group. He's also a main rapper. During Power, Suho is 18 years old. A fun fact about Suho is that he grew up in Mexico and is fluent in Spanish, so he often posts Spanish covers on Twitter to keep in touch with his roots. The second youngest is BBH, real name Byun Baekhyun. BBH is known for being very reserved, but around other members, he tends to come out of his shell. Solo interviews do make him nervous, though. BBH is the lead dancer in EXO and a sub-vocal. During Power, BBH was only 17. An interesting fact about BBH is that he's the first one to model for a clothing company. It's called Privé, and BBH was a huge fan of it even before debut. The youngest member of the group is Minsuk, another member without a stage name. His full name is Kim Minsuk. Minsuk is known as the loudest member of the group. He's very laughy. Minsuk is the lead vocal in EXO and has hinted at the possibility of starting to rap in songs. During Power, Minsuk was actually only 16. An interesting fact about Minsuk is that he has the most popular Twitter page in the group and posts very regularly. The second part of this video concentrates on the fact that this was all a prank. Nothing but their names were true in this. Yixing is Chinese though. EXO actually debuted in 2012 with the song Mama. They had 12 members, but 3 members left due to issues with the company. They've had 5 world tours, but none are scheduled for this year. Their last comeback was called Don't Fight the Feeling in 2021. Power actually came out in 2017, and Love Me Right came out in 2015. They've put out 6 full albums, a bunch of mini albums, subgroup albums such as CBX and SC, and so many solo albums. Jungdae's stage name is actually Chen. He's not quiet. He's actually the loudest in the group, even if he tends to be quiet sometimes. He's actually a main vocal in the group. He's currently finishing his enlistment and he's 29. He's not the oldest though, he's actually the middle child of EXO, and an interesting fact is that he has a wife and 2 kids. Junmyeon does have a stage name and it's Suho, with a U though. He's not known as a fake maknae, he's the leader of the group, and he's technically lead vocal, but he could be main vocal, according to me. He's 30 and also just finishing up his enlistment in under a month. He's the second oldest, so that part was actually accurate. Jungin's stage name is Kai. He's getting into cooking, but not that many people know about it, and he's an introvert, not an extrovert. He's actually the main dancer in EXO. And he's known as one of the top 3 in the industry for obvious reasons. He was a ballerina at a very young age, and dance is really his thing. He's also a rapper and a singer too, though. He's the second youngest, and he just turned 28 in January. He's not Japanese, though. As you can see, he struggles. Chanyeol gave himself the name Loey and he tattooed it on himself, but he doesn't actually have a stage name. He's not really calm either. He should be considered a vocalist, but technically he's just the main rapper. He's 2 months younger than Jungdae, so he's also 29, and he's also finishing up his enlistment. He actually was in that drama, and his character was 17, despite him being in his late 20s at the time, because that was in 2018. Yixing's stage name is actually Lei. He doesn't change his hair color that often. It's usually black or brown, but he is a workaholic, so that's a fun fact. He is a singer, but he's also one of the main dancers of the group and a sub-rapper. He wasn't part of Power, not because of his visa. It was a political issue between China and Korea, and also SM not caring to bring him back. He was actually part of Don't Fight the Feeling though, so progress. That's where that clip was from. He's 30 and he's the third oldest, born the same year as Junmyeon. He never moved to the States. He just learned English on his own in 2018 and surprised everyone. Sehun doesn't have a stage name, although Leo was considered, not because he's a Leo. He's actually not a Taurus either. He's an Aries. The name Leo was rejected though because in Korean, because of his family name Oh, it would have sounded like Oreo, and they didn't want to do that. Sehun is the maknae and is often treated like a baby. Sehun technically isn't a singer. He's the main rapper and a dancer. 거짓말은 못해 말해 가식은 난 못해 설득하지 않아도 다 끄떡이는 고개 난 엔진이 완벽한 100톤 트럭에 잘 듣는 브레이크는 더. Sehun is currently 27, but he's turning 28 in April. Kyungsu's stage name is Dio. He's not known as the baby. He consistently doesn't even call his older members Hyung. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. He's technically the third youngest, but he doesn't act like it at all. He just turned 29, but he actually finished his enlistment already because he decided to do it early for some reason. He does know tap, but he learned it in 2018 for a movie that he was doing. He's not actually a main dancer in the group. He's good though. His actual position is main vocalist. Very nice. And the clip that I showed was the only time he's ever rapped in a song, so. He doesn't speak Spanish, but he did have a Spanish song, the one that I showed, on his solo album because he wanted to do it for the fans. He also had an English song. Baekhyun doesn't have a stage name, but he is sometimes called BBH because it's his initials. He is the least reserved member. He's very loud and talkative. He has said that he prefers group activities, but he's not nervous during them.
솔로 스페셜 라이브로 찾아뵙게 되었는데요. 발매를 앞두고 있기도 하고요. 또 랜선을 통해서지만 우리 팬분들, 우리 엑셀 여러분들 만나는 자리다 보니까 조금 긴장이 되는 것 같아요 라고 이렇게 써져 있지만 저는 긴장이 하나도 되지 않습니다.
Clearly. He's not a lead dancer. He's one of the main vocalists along with Kyungsu and Jungdae. He's not second youngest either. He's actually older than Jungdae, and he's also 29. Also finishing up his enlistment, but he won't be discharged until 2023. Baekhyun does model for Privé, but only because it's his company. He's the co-creative director. He also models for Burberry and other brands. They all model for more than one fashion brand. Minseok is actually the oldest of the group, and he's turning 32 in March. He does get the title of fake maknae though, because he looks like he's the youngest. He claims to age, but he's a liar. Minseok's stage name is actually Shumin, and he's not loud. He's actually pretty quiet most of the time. Minseok is a sub-vocal and sub-rapper, but in the subgroup CBX, he's the main dancer, lead vocalist, and main rapper, which I feel like is a more accurate description of his abilities. He doesn't have a Twitter and he barely updates on Instagram. Please send this to your non-exo-l friends. I really want to know if they fall for it. Let me know if they do. I hope that you all enjoyed this video because I certainly had fun making it.